All right, hello everyone. I probably should have made this video sooner, but I thought late is better than never. Anyway, this is the third part of my Whipple installation on a 2017 Chevy SS. It's actually there in the background. Some of you may wonder why it's silver. It's an orange car. It has a silver vinyl wrap on it, just to change things up a little bit. I found a shop nearby that could put a silver metallic wrap on it. Anyway, so I did it. It looks fine. Still the same car. Regarding the installation, it went really well. I started on a Friday night. Honestly, I was fairly nervous. It was the largest or most complicated thing I had done to any car in probably, I don't know, 15 or 20 years. I'd moved houses several times since then. I have a fairly basic set of tools. Anyway, the kit went in just fine. Everything in the kit was absolutely magnificent. Everything was labeled well. The parts were in baggies that sort of made sense. There weren't extra or missing parts. Everything that came in the kit went on the car without any problems whatsoever. The instructions have gotten quite a bit of hate on the internet, or at least from what I can tell, and to some extent that is justified in the sense that some things in the instructions are out of order, right? So for example, it might have, install the intake manifold, and then a few steps later it's like put gaskets in place for the intake manifold. So the solution to that is to actually read ahead and maybe read the instructions before you actually attempt the installation. And it will become pretty obvious to you if you have, even a small amount of automotive knowledge, that this is clearly out of order and needs to happen in the other order. So I have found that others have annotated their instruction sets. So they've gone back after their install and made little red markups on their instruction manuals and have posted them online, specifically on the SS forum website. I really wish I had found those before attempting my install and read them. But anyway, they're out there. Having said all of that, though, I kept asking myself, are these instructions better than not having instructions? And the answer is absolutely yes, right? So the instructions were, even if they're 80% good, that is way, way better than not having any instructions. So I'm not sure that the hate the instructions get it's too much. It's over the top. They're completely fine. Just some of the stuff is out of order. There's some gaps in it. But if I were to imagine getting the kit without those instructions, I'd be in bad shape. Anyway, I started Friday night. I worked from, I don't know, maybe 6 until 10 p.m. I got up early Saturday. I think I worked from maybe 7 a.m. until 6 or 7 p.m., probably with a lunch break in there or something. I was going pretty methodically and slowly, given again that I haven't done anything like this in a long time, and I spent a lot of time double checking myself and making sure that I had the right parts and all that, and had made really a lot of progress by Saturday night. Sunday morning I got up again a little bit later, probably started work 8 or 9 a.m. and by Sunday night had the car running. I didn't have the bumper back on, and I was still checking and troubleshooting things because I didn't want to put everything back together, bumper, etc., and then have to take it back off because I'd forgotten something. So I think it was Monday that I actually had the bumper back on, the wheels back on, and it on the ground, and the engine started. So it was one weekend of work. And for someone that maybe has more experience, it would be even faster. If I had to do another one this weekend, I would probably easily do it in a long Saturday, Sunday working session, and be, confident in the installation. So let's see. After that, I took it to a tuner. I had it actually towed to a tuner. The car started and ran and idled somewhat. I was able to back it out of my garage. I actually drove it onto the wrecker. Obviously just really an idle and cruising up. Onto the bed, it was, one of those rollback tow trucks, not the kind that, drags the car afterwards. And the tuning went really well. I'll try to link some dyno sheets or pictures of the dyno sheet here somewhere or at the end. The car ended up making 675 horsepower or something like that, and about 560 foot-pounds of torque. I'm not going to get all worked up about, what dyno manufacturer or, whether it reads high or low or whatever. In my opinion, the dyno is simply a tool to put a lot of load on the car so that you can tune, the fuel ratio and the timing and whatnot. And it does an absolutely fine job at that. 675 fuel horsepower is a little bit more than twice of what a stock Chevy SS makes on that very same dyno. And I was actually told that with a stock short block, which is what I have, that is probably the outside edge of what's considered safe for an aggressively driven car. I don't drive it aggressively. Every now and then I get on the interstate aggressively. Mainly it's just my daily driver. But I was cautioned 2 times. The stock wheel horsepower is pretty much it for a stock short block. And that sounds all very reasonable for me. We exceeded that just a little bit, but that's okay. I'm very pleased with it. It's clear that it's an entirely different animal, right? Like the sheer amount of low-end torque that the car suddenly has, like even just at 20 or 30% throttle position is ridiculous. First and second gear are completely useless. Third gear will hook on like concrete streets. But if it's an asphalt street, you have to be very careful even in the third gear because it'll try and spin and go sideways and what like at anything more than say 2/3 throttle. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. I'm actually a little bit scared of the car, which I think is probably exactly how it should be. I'm proud of myself for having been able to do the installation with basic tools all by myself. I have taken many pictures of the installation process and of each step. And at some point, I'll probably make kind of a slideshow, which will be phenomenally boring to anyone that isn't actually installing a supercharger on their car. But for those that are installing this model supercharger on a Chevy SS, it may be useful in addition to the instructions that come with the kits. And I'm not sure if I'll do it real soon, but at some point, like the next few weeks, hopefully I'll find some time. And just have a slideshow with all the different pictures of the parts going in and my commentary on like what direction it is or how to access it or what I find or found surprising about the instructions and what went easily and not easily. But anyway, there you go. That's the update on my car. Everything went wonderfully. The kit was absolutely phenomenal. I had no mystery leftover parts. Normally I got a whole pile of like fasteners and stuff left over. None of that this time. So anyway, can't say enough about the kit. The car is ridiculously fun to drive. I have to find a little bit better tires now. I'm currently on those Pilot Sport 4 or something. They just spin in first, second, third gear. So I may have to go to maybe those NT 555s or whatever. I think I can find those in my wheel size. But anyway, yeah, if you have any questions, maybe post them down below, and I'll take a look every now and then, and if I see them, I'll answer them as best as I can. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for now. Talk to you guys later. Thanks and bye.